CIA is set to launch secret drone strikes from a new airbase deep in the Sahara Desert. The operations, taking off from northeastern Niger, will target militants from Al-Qaeda and the Islamic State group. That's according to a new report published in the New York Times. Officials from both the US and Niger say surveillance missions have been taking place for several months already. Well, for more on this, I'm joined on set by France 24 journalist Nicolas Germain. Nicolas, good evening to you. Now, what's significant about this revelation?
Well, what's very interesting is that the US Army already has a drone base in Niger, in the capital Niamey, and they're building a second one in the city of Agadez for a cost of $110 million. So the question is, why on earth do they need a third drone base, this time operated by the CIA, in the city of Dirkou? And that's the question I asked Joe Penney, who's the journalist who wrote this article for the New York Times. Let's take a listen.
Under President Obama, in his last term, he had tried to relieve the drone mission from the CIA and transfer it to the U.S. military so that there's more oversight. That has changed over President Trump, and Secretary of State Pompeo, who was CIA director prior to taking the role of Secretary of State, he had pushed President Trump, according to reports, for greater freedom for the CIA. So both the military and the CIA in Niger now each have their own drones that are both capable of striking targets.
And Joe Penney, he told me that you don't only have this rivalry in Niger between the CIA and the US Army, but also between the Americans and the French, because the French also have a drone base in Niger, and they're not very used to seeing other Western powers operate in their former colonies in Africa. Let's remind viewers that there are very close economic ties between France and Niger, because a lot of France's nuclear energy depends on the uranium that comes from Niger.
OK, well, what's the view in Niger, then, about this CIA drone base?
Well, the Niger authorities haven't yet officially recognized the presence of a CIA drone base. They just say that these drones are American. The mayor of the town of Dirkou, he says he's satisfied because he says his city is safer now with these drones. But some of the residents said that they're very annoyed because these drones fly at night and make a lot of noise and they disturb the population. And according to the New York Times, they're going to be disturbed a lot more because, according to the newspaper, these US drones are going to be used to target jihadists in southern Libya quite soon in the region of Dirkou.
OK, Nicolas Germain, thank you very much for that.